Hello! Today I would like to show you how I do responsive websites in Webwave website builder, how to make them fully responsive, easy to use, easy to make. What I never do is set up elements automatically. I never do that. I always set up elements myself. I try do little automatization on that. I like keep a website easy and clean, and also Webwave function easy, clean, and really working well for every screen. So I reset all Webwave function right now, so every website is like on desktop. There's no responsive versions of them. So we have to do all website just from scratch, from the desktop version. So let's start. First thing what I'm gonna do is connecting elements to the group and bound objects. I think those 4 elements looks like my first group, so I select them and add to the group. So that's my first group. Inside the group I can select objects and I can use bound objects, edit blinds, and add connection between them objects. What does that mean? That means that if you go to another version, you don't have things like that this is on this one, like this is on the text or somewhere else, because they're not sticky, like they're just can be placed everywhere. But this function, it's make the elements separately. It's not, you can move them down, but you cannot move them to the top because they can't go under first element. They connected. So I connect this element to the group and connect these 3 text because they're one under each other. So I connect them between themselves. Now I have another section, that's my second section, and I will do that as group as well. So I add them to the group, and again, those 3 elements, I can bound, edit blinds, and add some connection to them. That you can move them up, you can move them down. Okay, those another section, it will be my another group. But I don't like elements, like this. I don't use background rectangles because they're not fully responsive. Like I have to change size of them when I go to different views. I don't want to change size of them. I would like to then change size automatically. So I delete that rectangle. Before I do that, I just find what color it has. Yes, I added to my colors. Now I can delete that. Now I select those element which was here and I do groups. That's my group. Now I put the group 100% width. Now I add background color and now I use that selected color. And I have nearly the same effect. But now I add also some margin, like 30 on the top and 50 on the bottom, or maybe 70 on the bottom. And now this is fully responsive. What that mean? If I move that, background is moving with that element. This is not rectangle, this is a background of the group, so I can move just the one element and all my background is moving. So that's my another group. I get all of them and make it as another group. So my group, that's my another group. And again, here will be my another group. But again, I group that together, but I don't need that rectangle. I just copy the color, then I delete that rectangle, and on that group I made with 100% background color. I paste my color and add some margin. Effect is the same, but everything is in the group. Now, this is my footer, so I don't want to edit footer right now. I will edit it later. So I group all the elements. Now I would like to have connections between the elements because, and again, on the responsive version, my elements can be one on another, like this. They doesn't have to stay right. They can be mixed all together. So that's why I would like to have connections between the groups. So I select first, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. Yeah, that's it. And now again, I use bound objects and add some connections to them. This will connect with that. 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 And the footer is always connected. So let's check, is everything connected? I think it looks right now. Yes. So now when you go to tablet version, you have your text always right way. Now you can only place your image wherever you want. Like, for example, if I change the size of this text and get it smaller, like this, and this text smaller, the button is moving on to the bottom. Now I can change my pictures and everything what is on the bottom is moving also. So that gives me nice way to edit that. And this I can move by hands, not automatically. For example, here. Okay, that's done. Now do it the same with this one. Change the size of the picture. After that, put my text to the right way. Put my text to the right way. And put my button to the right place. Now, why is it so important and so nice to do it that way? Because if you have customer who will edit the website, the customer might add some text or change some text. If your customer adds some text here, every elements which are connected, every group which is under, just moving. And that's very handy because the elements down will moving down. So you don't have to worry that that will be one on another one. So that's very nice way to do it. Okay, now the next group, I have to also change my pictures. Let's say this and this will be under the first one. So I just have to get them and put them under. Everything else move down. Everything. Background is stay black and everything else move down. So that's very handy. So we center that. And there we have some third elements. You can find them probably on your layer spanner. Yes, I found it. And then you can move them to the back. That's the one way. Another way, you can make them just smaller. Like if you won't have them 3 here, I think it's not a good idea, but you can just make them smaller. For example, like here, you can change them for 200 pixels by 200 pixels and just move them wherever you want. Okay, so you can do that, but I don't want that. So I can press just Ctrl Z to come back. Okay, so I have my block here. Now I can change my picture or even I can add my picture under that section. That section, actually, if you come back to the main page, that section with this background can be your another group, because group can be placed inside another group. So I don't have to use that rectangle again. I can take a color and I can make a group. Inside that group, add background color, change this color, delete this one, and make my margin wherever I want, like 50 for example, or 70. Yes, so I can keep it at that as well, and that's fine too. So if I go to the tablet version, I can move all these, because this is a group now, so I can move all these and I can keep it under the picture. Let's say like this. Blog, latest post, my title and my post, and the another button. Okay, what else can I do? I can also keep it this with this, be under now, because I can do it now in other. What else I can do? If I have that in the group, I can also bound objects, this group with this button. So add connection, and I have that connected as well, which give me easy way to change that on a mobile version. And the same I can do it here. I can also connect the blog with the picture. Right, okay, blog isn't in center, that's fine. Now that's not or another group. The last one, we can just move it, for example, to center, and move it. And again, if I have these two always if I have button under text, and it will be there in another responsive screens, I can again do blend and I can connect them. Now we can go to mobile vertically and just move every element as we like. It's really handy because some of the elements are connected, so it's easy to just move them. What's important, you can make new connections only for mobile versions. There's no compare with a desktop, so you can make another connections and they will work only on mobile. Now we can also do it like this. Inside this section, if we come back here, we can also connect those elements. And now if we come back here, we can change size all that section automatically nearly. Let's say I want like this. So now I can change size this and see what's happened. Everything changes automatically. I can also here, just on the mobile, change the margin for 50, for example, or 40. So I will have a smaller margin. I can do it better now. Now we can go to mobile horizontally and again positions every objects. And even if you change the size of the text, it doesn't change on desktop. It's only change here on mobile. So you can have also smaller text or or different shapes of pictures, for example. Doesn't matter, it will work only here. But if you change anything inside the text, it will change automatically everywhere. You can have different margin of group on every responsiveness level, and also you can have different size of text on every level. So doesn't matter what size you have on desktop, you can have different on mobile. That's it. All my page is done. I can save it and I can see preview. If I'm gonna see preview, I see how my website looks now and also how it looks when the screen is changing. Now we go for smaller screen. Yeah, that's how it looks when the screen is smaller. Then keep it smaller again. That's what happened when the screen will be smaller. And again, keep its screen smaller. That's the smallest, so it's a mobile version. That's how it will look on most of the mobiles. So it works perfect. Even if you add some text or change something, it will work until customer change position, add some elements or delete some elements. Then it won't work because of connections. Okay, let's go and make a menu. How I doing a mobile menu? What I'm gonna do is first do menu settings and put mobile. And now I see how that looks. If that's okay for me, I can change like this and see again. If that's okay for me, that's fine. I can see how the button looks in normal or in a hover. I can add, for example, underline on a hover and how it looks when it's active. It's okay. Now, what I can do is change position of menu, like full width, element width, like this, or auto. Also, I can change right, left, or below. What I usually do, I use left side because it's not, other elements are not hiding. And so the position I usually use left, and that's how it looks on the left. Okay, if I'm happy with that, I can change again for horizontal, and move again on the right place. And now when I go to the mobile, I just change that for mobile, and all my settings that I done there before on desktop are already working. Also, I can, where's my card gone? If I can see it, I use just 0 and it's coming here. So I can add my card here and I can see how it works. I think it's fine for me. Let's go another one. And again, find menu, move it to the right place, find card. I find it always in the layers panel and move it to the right place. And last one, card to the right place and menu to the right place. That's it. Now we can save that and see preview. And now that's how it works. That when the screen is smaller, menu looks like that, hover is working. When the screen is smaller, menu looks like that, hover is working, everything is working. So that's how it works. Okay, the same we have to do with the footer. And that's all. That's how I'm doing a perfect mobile version, perfect everybody in Webwave. I just do every single page, not automatically, but just using groups and connections between groups and connections between elements. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you. It was my first tutorial in English, so I'd be grateful for good opinion or bad opinion or any further information.